Hurry everyone! So in a previous video, I bought and put together a pool. Then people never even saw the end product. So here's the end product. Yeah, so the heat wave came and the pool never filled on time, hence the abrupt ending in the previous video. Obviously now the pool is filled, so I thought I'd take a quick dip. The temperature outside is cool. It's not warm exactly, but it's not too bad. The water on the temperature thermometer that you saw before was at 20 degrees. And you know what? When I first got in, it was pigging cold. So if you're wanting a quick review on how well you can swim in it, here you go. You can just about breaststroke in it. As much as I look like I'm doing a dog crawl in a paddling pool, front crawl less so, because my arms were touching the ground. So there you go. Perfect to relax in though. So, yeah. Wow, yeah. It is cold, but like I would say, the initial shock, once you get over the initial shock, I really had to lower myself in slowly. But once you got in, I was fine after that. But there is something else to bear in mind when it comes to having this pool. Hence our second video. And what was that problem we encountered? Okay, so the meteorite didn't quite happen. And neither did the tornado. Didn't even get any thunder and lightning. But it did rain though. So sadly Lucy never made it into the pool. Too cold for her. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so the rain has actually kicked in. Although it's not quite the thunderstorm right now, it's still pretty bad. So yeah, as you know, I do have a pool cover, but even when full, it still didn't want to go on. And check it out. So it's kind of left my pool in a bit of a vulnerable position. So welcome back to the 5-star hotel. You wake up in your hotel room, you open those curtains, you look at the pool and all is calm. You can see a man outside with his giant net. He doesn't have a pink flamingo either. And yes, I already know I've used that joke already. But here's the thing, now with your own pool, you're responsible. You have to clean your own pool. Is it worth it? Yeah, probably. And luckily we've got some tools to help us. So this is where the Intex Crystal Clear Pool Basics come into play. As you can see here, we've got a net. It comes with a float vacuum, pool vacuum with all its attachments, and the pole itself. The pole itself that it comes with is quite a decent size. Splits out into two, and at first I thought that was that as large as it goes. I didn't realise it came out again. And yeah, it nearly took out my roof. And naturally, because this is an all-in-one clip, as you can see, your net just nicely clips into there. Although I made that look easy there, not always. You just push it down and you can easily just attach your other one as well, and it clips together at the side just like that. Perfect. The vacuum itself comes with this attachment, which I presume was for the hose, and it came just like that. So I figured this out later, and also it comes with a net, which you can easily tie to the bottom, just like that, and then that catches all your debris. And I think the aim is you connect the hose pipe at one end and it creates a bit of a vacuum process, and it gets sucked into the bag. Like so. And obviously underneath you've got your brushes to sort of go across the pool bottom, and nice little wheels there to make the process a bit easier. Now I'll be honest, before I bought the Pool Basics, I bought this separate pool pole. That's what we'll call it. And at first I was thinking, do I send it back? But then I thought, can we use it as a second pole? Turns out no. These are actually different sizes. The separate pool pole was actually a lot bigger, and as you can see when I try and use the net attachment, no, it does not fit. It is way too big. So clearly, these attachments are designed for that pool pole size only. It is really difficult to say pool pole. I don't know why. When you put both poles together though, you can see that the separate pool pole that I bought was a lot taller than the other one. But I must admit, both are pretty decent sized ones, but that one, the separate one, made it just a little bit further. So there you go. But that's not the only attachment we got. Because what we do have here is an Intex brush. And this is obviously a curved brush that should be designed to get around the corners of that pool. Now here's the interesting thing. This brush size, which one does it go on? So if we are to try the brush on the pool kit pole, too big, doesn't fit. Now we get our separate bought pool pole, perfect. So it looks like we've got two poles now to use. Looks like it's a keeper after all. Definitely something to be aware of if you're going to buy some of these separately yourself. So let's start with looking at the brush. As you can see, it's a brush. It brushes things. You kind of need it though to get some of the debris that's kind of sunk to the bottom and is kind of just stuck there. And I will be honest, that brush actually works really well on those corners. You could tell that this was designed for this kind of pool, I think. I like it. Goes nicely over creases, loosens everything nicely. So no real complaints there. Fits nicely to the brush, feels safe and secure. Hopefully it stays like that over time. Just don't take out your washing line in the process. And then of course you can just loosen it up, unscrew it, and there we go. So what about the net? And I must admit, it's a well nicely put together net. It feels rather robust. Doesn't feel cheap. Yeah. And what I like about this one, as compared to a normal fishing net, it's flat. Which means you can catch your leaves and just easily shove them out. Now this was the thing that I was most intrigued about. The vacuum. I'd never even known that a pool vacuum exists until I got this. And let's test out this attachment. So first, don't do this. Yeah, that sprung off that top part. That was my fault though. I think I put it on the wrong part of the pole. So right now it's sat in the middle. And it does indeed hold the hose pipe. Don't lift it up too high either. Squirts everywhere. But how well does it actually clean though? Let's get under the water and find out. definitely does seem like it's cleaning stuff. It's picking up the leaves. It's quite therapeutic, actually. This is actually 3 to 4 weeks, being honest, of debris that's collected, because I have not used that cover in so long. So it does still need some work, quite a lot of cleaning, actually. Of course, because it uses the hose pipe, it does make your filter turn into a water feature. Fantastic. This isn't even a proper go at it. That was just a quick flick. Look how much debris is collected at the bottom of there. And of course, with it being in the net, you can just get rid of that. I just got rid of it in the garden waste because it's all debris, soil, and dust anyway. So let's talk about the filter. Of course, it's connected up already. And it also comes with this adapter as well. So let's get this set up. So as you can see here, I were trying to connect it up here, which probably wasn't the best position. In fact, maybe I should have just worked on the cable in the first place. But, connected up now, and I'll be honest, there were nothing were happening. Had I just not turned it on properly? I didn't know at first. I started messing about with it, trying to figure it out. Didn't figure it out. So instead, I decided to take a break and went with the thermometer instead. Had a quick look at it. So it looks like this is designed to literally just, you put in your pool, it soaks up the water, and then it gives you a temperature reading. Got this nice little piece of string here, and you can just tie it onto the side. So you can always keep track of the water and the temperature. And as I say, when I took a dip before, it were about 20 degrees. And that was a decent temperature. So going back to the transformer. Wow, that was a fast car outside. I don't even know if you could hear that. So yeah, turns out I actually just didn't screw it in properly, so I've plugged it in more, and yes, we have life. So taking the filter off, you can just see the lid at the top. And yep, it is indeed working. Just make sure that that filter is down at the bottom there and is actually connected. As I once had it running, and it turns out it was floating, not doing anything. Let's get rid of some of that water as well. Excess flooding. Psh. Clearing up the debris is one thing. Clearing up all that algae, getting rid of that cloudy like water, that's going to require something different. I kind of like to make it like a game. Definitely gets your steps in walking around this pool collecting all the debris. I actually find it quite fun. I'm weird. Just don't have your pole in and then it gets caught on it like that. So this is where our chlorine dispenser comes into it. And as you can see here, we take up the lid and you're supposed to put your tablets there. You have a dial here that shows you how much you want to dispense at once, ranging from virtually non-existent, although it has 2 holes at the bottom, so you can't actually get rid of that anyway. So yeah, so from small amount to a large amount. And here I thought was a really good deal. 100 tablets from Amazon Prime. And was it a good deal? Nope. Nope. Look at the size of these things. They're so tiny. Yeah, 100 tablets, I'm not surprised. I think the idea is obviously you get a really big tablet and they just slowly dissolve in the process, but with the size of these, God, they just fall through the hole at the bottom. Now it does say use 7 tablets per 2,500 gallons of water. Now looking at a 12-foot pool, based on the size of the pool itself, a 12-foot pool roughly holds about 3,000 gallons or so. So I just went with 7 gallons for now. I admit I'm being a bit of a cheapskate here. But I'll leave that running, and I can't say I'll get these pool tablets again. I'd rather go for a decent quality size one in the future. So that's something to be aware of. So it's really hard to tell whether these tablets will work right now, because I've only just started properly with the filter here, and it's probably going to take a lot of cleaning work. And as for the pool cover, I have bought a solar cover, and that should hopefully be on its way within the next few weeks. But as of right now, don't worry about that. For now, just know that I do like this pool, and it's quite fun to clean. If you don't mind that kind of thing, just turn it into a walking experience. Get your steps up. It really is up to you whether you think it's worth it. As a family person, I think it's worth it for the whole family. It's going to take some maintenance, but you probably expected that anyway. So I do thank you very much for watching. And if you do like the video, please give it a like. If you don't like it, just give me some constructive criticism. What would you like me to do better next time? Not just for this video, but for all videos on here. Please consider subscribing. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Laters. Okay, I admit, I just wanted to do this.